Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? How's it going? Breaking news, fresh off the press. So, if y'all have been or have not been keeping up, Fani Willis, the lead, the DA of Georgia, who's prosecuting Trump right now, has definitely started on a rocky foundation. I would just say the least. So there's a lot of talks around why or who's on the prosecution team and why they hired it. There's three people in total, two of them, one white gentleman, one white lady. Then there's this brother that's on the team. You know what I mean? And apparently I don't know the credentials of it, but so especially and the brother's Nathan Wade, right? So when we look at it a little closer, we see that Nathan Wade was hired on as a special prosecutor, and that's someone who's brought in like from outside the government. You know what I mean? I guess no one from within the government was capable of handling this um, prosecution, of Trump and his team. So Fannie Willis did this, and now we find ourselves um, getting information that the day he was hired, the next day after he was hired by Fannie Willis, he filed for divorce with his family, his wife, right? The next day, right? So, however, wherever, right? Even if this was his escape plan and whoop whoop whoop, he didn't want to pay her the money and da 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 da. Like she's still gonna want to know, like, hey, like how much money did you make in the days after we were divorced? Because it's kind of weird that right after you got the job, you filed for divorce, right? And we know you got the job because you all over the news, right? So I don't think it's too far fetched to see why the wife would be wondering why, right? And if you listen to the mainstream media, all they're gonna tell you is with no proof at all. She comes out and says that they're having a relationship with no proof, right? Knowing like a week ago, Politico did a story about how the Georgia prosecutors under scrutiny in the Trump case was held in contempt last year. All right, defying the court's order, and it was over documents about his income. And his wife later said income from his work on the Trump case. So I'm just like going over it for y'all. This is the full stories on Politico. Politico is dated January 13th this year. So yeah, I really want to get back to the main story and this is exactly what he was hiding. So now it's come out. The Atlanta Journal Constitution has put it out. The bank records, DA Willis and special prosecutor traveled together during Trump probe. The bank records showed a special prosecutor Nathan Wade purchased tickets in his Fulton County and my bad, sorry. I'm reading from a distance. I got it on the upper screen. Purchased tickets for him and Fannie Willis, right? And that was the whole thing. It was like, hey, they went on lavish vacation. I don't consider Miami and San Francisco lavish, but I guess with the right amount of money, it could be lavish in those cities. They do have areas where it could be lavish, right? Where you can break the bread. So this is a filing made on behalf of Jocelyn Wade. This is a Nathan Wade's ex-wife or potentially ex-wife, estranged wife in her divorce. And like I said, the divorce came a day after the job. So you can see why they're gonna be mad at at the situation because so there's more to the story. They're gonna make there's a pay block because everything came out. So I'm not sure if you're gonna hear about this on the mainstream media. I just want y'all to go read it for yourselves. Fani Willis, the bank records are out. It's not because you're black. I can tell you that right now. Because that's kind of whack. That's why. That's kind of shady what you did right there. I feel like that's kind of shady. I don't know how you did it, how it worked out, or the behind the scenes and all that. But it was messy. At best, it was messy, sloppy. Like lose your job, messy. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you thought it through too much. You should have just bought your own plane tickets. You should have thought about all that. I don't know if they thought like, oh, well, later on you guys can come out as the couple that prosecuted Trump and you can run for governor. Like, I don't know what the storyline was, but it didn't get the bloom. They got you. You should have kept it a little clean prior to that. You know what I mean? Because it's messy, Fani. Can't nobody defend you. Don't go into the house of the Lord. No more talking that, trying to manipulate people. Don't do that, Fani, because that's deceptive right there. Work of the devil. You gonna go in the house of the Lord and tell him it's about the color of your skin when you are guilty of what they're accusing you of? Should they be accusing you of this? Or should this be a problem? Maybe you should be fighting the fact that, hey, this is admitting to it and then fighting from that point. But ain't no like, hey, this is because I'm black. Like, you literally doing, like, why? You know how many people want Trump in jail? Why would you risk this? Risk it all. They want Trump in jail. Why would you risk it? It's just messy. You working for the other team? Man, if I was one of them that was like die hard, put Trump in jail, I would be like, hey, she working for the other team. She's Brian Kemp's puppet working for the other team to keep Trump out of jail. I know it. It wouldn't be far-fetched to think that. Because this is sloppy, and it seems like it was, like I said, from a rocky foundation. They're building a house on gravel, on a gravel hill. Like, eventually, it's going to all come down. They got him, he went to the White House. I want to hear that part. Because they built Georgia for him flying to the White House to talk to the White House about the case. What does the White House got to do with the case? Were they trying to obtain records, maybe, from the White House records? Maybe there's something like that. They need to be specific, because why he's talking to the White House. So that's gonna sound fishy to everybody else, but you're gonna lose your job, Fani. I don't know how you're gonna get out of this. The bank statements show that he bought your tickets. Oh, you reimbursed him. You were planning on reimbursing him. If it's just the plane tickets, I know the dinners, them lavish dinners, they're not cheap. I know okay, more to come, you guys. That's all I gotta say. I think Fani may have to lose her job. They're probably gonna bring someone else. That's why they need to bring people that are like nonpartisan. And I'm all the conspiracies are there. Fani could be a Brian Kemp plant to get Trump off. Fani could be just sloppy and messy, and the liberals didn't see it coming. Like, how? Y'all got degrees from Ivy Leagues. How did y'all not see that, knowing all the information? You didn't think the wife was going to say nothing? Y'all didn't expect that? Especially on some abrupt type, like, I'm making $1 million now. I'm divorcing you. and he the divorce lawyer. You didn't think he put her up on some game, being with her the 20, how many years? The 26 years or 24 years? You didn't think that he put her up on some game the whole 24 years, that she would know, like, hey, like, you can't just like do that quick, you can't just divorce me the day after you get the bag. No, come on, it's just messy. And I would feel disrespected. I would feel mad. I would just felt like, oh, they think they got all the balls. They went to they got the White House behind them, huh? They can just do me like this. Let me talk to my lawyer. Nah, I don't care. Go ahead, let him know. It would be mad too. I would be mad too, but she could be saying a lot more, and she's not. And they should be happy about that. And she's smart. Because it could get really messy and really sloppy. And you can already see how D.A. Willis has been responding to it. I had to look it up. And it looks like she says that the estranged wife, is interfering with the Trump prosecution now. She's an obstructionist. She's blaming this. She's calling this interference for the Trump prosecution. What the wife is doing. And is it interfering through Fani's eyes with her persecution of Trump? Yes. It is. But it's all Fani's fault. It ain't nobody else's fault. And you can't blame that on the wife, because the wife ain't do nothing but been by his side for 24 years, waiting for him, supporting him to get the bag. See, that's why I don't get, you know what I mean? Then and he's been a divorce lawyer prior. That's what I'm hearing. So he's a divorce lawyer. He's prosecuting Trump or in a RICO case. There's a lot of questions that they're bringing up, which people couldn't be true as take as maybe, hey, just because he's black, because the other side do the same thing. Everybody do the same thing, but they'll say something because they're black. But on top of that, you got the messiness. It's okay if that's the case and he's there and he's doing his job and he's doing the right thing. It's okay. Let him get his shine. You know what I mean? We all for that. It's like reparations in a way. But your boss is asking for favors now. So now you couldn't even work your way up. The boss is asking for favors for the shortcut. So I don't necessarily solely blame Nathan Wade, because I do feel like he may have been pressured into the divorce, maybe it was part of the deal. And he could be 50-50 to blame, you know what I mean? Because I don't see Nathan Wade making all these decisions by himself. Like, hey, you know what? I'll make this bad. I'm gonna get divorced. Nah. I feel like it was, you must get if I give you the bag, you must get divorced, right? And that's why it happened so quick. But 24 years to like that, and I don't know how I'm not trying to get in their business how their relationship was at the time. I see 24 years, then you see big job, divorce 2 days later. If it was 24 years, it must not meant too much, because damn, like that's brutal. And I would be mad too. And I would be putting way more out there, but she being respectful apparently, and then you got big powerful DA saying you're interfering with the Trump campaign, like trying to get Black America to turn on you. Like Trump about to get off because of you. But it's not because of her. You got to look in the mirror, Fani. She got to look in the mirror because of her. So, we had this. This is 4 minutes ago. This is after it was already reported that the so they're re-dropping the story with Fannie. They're gonna keep dropping Fannie Willis's story just to cover up the bank record story because ain't nobody gonna report on this. So they already have right here. Actually, no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is from the 19th. Yeah, this was from this morning, so they're trying to get ahead of it. This is the day before. They're trying to get ahead of it. The Georgia investigation puts Fannie Willis rumors to rest. That's just because Brian Kemp don't want to move forward on it. You know what I mean? But this is the main story that's kind of started this whole thing because he was in contempt. It says just 3 days after Georgia prosecutor indicted Donald Trump last summer, one of the last prosecutors on the case faced some legal trouble of his own. The prosecutor, Nathan Wade, was held in contempt for denying a court record. Hold on, real quick, let me bring this down. For denying a court record. Sorry, a court order in a chrononymous, whatever, a chrononymous, I hope I said that right, divorce proceedings with his wife. Wade, a judge in Cobb County, Georgia, had willfully failed to turn over documents about his own income, including his wife later said income from his work on the Trump case. Wade's divorce became abruptly intertwined with the Trump prosecution this week. And when a lawyer from one of the Trump co-defendants alleged in a court filing that Wade has been having an affair with the Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis shortly after allegations became public, Wade's wife Jocelyn served Willis with a subpoena seeking her testimony in the divorce proceedings. The lawyer who alleged the affair has not offered proof. And the proof just came right now with the bank statements, right? And Willis has said she would respond in court documents. And Willis has responded in court documents. And I'll get to that shortly after. Let's see how much longer it is. Yeah, I'll get to that. A lawyer for Wade declined to comment. All right, so Wade's not talking. Even aside from the salacious allegations, the contempt ruling against Wade in August 2023 shows that he is fighting for his own deeply personal legal battle and is getting admonished by a judge as he was helping run one of the most consequential criminal cases in American history, the indictment of Trump and numerous allies for their bid to subvert the state's 2020 election results. Wade is himself a divorce lawyer. The website from his Atlanta firm touts decades of experience handling divorce cases. He has little experience running complex, high-profile criminal prosecutions, and Willis's decision to hire him as a special prosecutor in the Trump case has come under tense scrutiny in the recent days. It's unclear if Wade was fined or received any other punishment under contempt of ruling. He has appeared to have eventually turned over the income documents in question according to the court record. So he's already turned over he's turned over the record. So they must have been going through it. They knew this was coming since the date of this. Or whenever speaking of. So the 13th, that's almost a week ago. But any findings of contempt represent a serious and uncommon rebuke from a judge. Experts on Georgia family law said, "This is bizarre," said Randall Kessler, an Atlanta divorce lawyer who formerly chaired the American Bar Association's family law section. The judge basically said, "Shame on you." to be to actually be found in willful contempt is not a good position, said Yaniv Khalid, a professor at the Georgia State College of Law who focuses on family law. It's not a place where you want to be with the judge. He's a lawyer and a judge, right? So a special prosecutor in the spotlight. The judge joined Willis's team on the outside, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I think we pretty much got the gist of it. So Wade has been so defiant in this divorce case with this judge. It pissed the judge off so bad that he's gonna lose. He's probably gonna lose his job because of it, or he's gonna definitely have to pay his wife a lot of money. You know what I mean? Because it's not looking too well. He's pissing the judge off. You know, look at how you want it. Look at it how you want it. But if he's a judge, he's a divorce lawyer in a divorce case, and he should know the rules. I guess this is how the judge sees it. I'm assuming. Why would he be held in contempt? A willful contempt. That means like you want to be in contempt. Like you don't care. Like that's the judge saying you don't give a fuck, huh? So back to these bank records. So I think this is bad. This is very, very bad, and we're gonna see how this plays out. I hope that everything pans out, and I really, maybe she don't need to be working this case right now with all this drama right now, because it's just gonna be headaches and cover-ups and media manipulation and talking points having to, why can't we just put a nonpartisan DA on them, try the case how it should be tried, and if he's guilty, he's guilty. He's not. No need for the specials and the this and the that. So that's my final thoughts. For all of them, I hope the divorces can just be put to rest amicably. I'm appreciative of the light that is shining on the current relationships within the Trump case. How they thought they could just kind of do everybody wrong. It's not just they're not just lying to us. They treating people close to him wrong just to get just to strong arm her. You know what I mean? Out of money due to her through the divorce, out of just outright disrespect. You know what I mean? Background deals and taking, based around divorce. You can't have no backdoor deal based around divorce. That's when politics gets a little messy, sloppy, and if somebody's talking, and if you ain't got enough to pay them off, you ain't got to pay them off. But apparently, Fani like, fuck that bitch. Just fly me here, fly me there. Let's go here, let's go there. Don't get her no money. And this is where you get. So y'all better like, subscribe, comment, all that, please. Take